Some cities on Earth look so unreal, so impossible, that even when you stand inside them, your brain refuses to accept they're real. Some look like they belong on another planet. Some are carved into mountains, floating on water, glowing in neon, or frozen in time. Today we explore 10 cities so unbelievable that travelers describe them as life-changing, CGI, and not from this world.
Let's begin.
1. Hallstatt, Austria. The real-life fairy tale. Hallstatt looks like someone built a perfectly designed storybook village and placed it between a mirror-still lake and giant vertical cliffs. Wooden alpine houses stacked above the water, fog sliding through the mountains like a movie transition, church bells drifting across the lake like echoes from a dream. In winter, rooftops sugar over and the lake steams at dawn. In summer, geraniums flood balconies and swans carve perfect ripples through reflections so sharp the town appears twice. Even the cemetery feels serene, with hand-painted markers and flower boxes facing water and stone. Travelers say, too beautiful to be real. A place that doesn't feel like modern Earth. How unreal is it? China literally built a full-size replica, because the real one became a global obsession. 2. Chefchaouen, Morocco, the Blue City. Imagine an entire city painted in shades of blue. Not one street, not one neighborhood, everything. Walls, doors, stairs, alleys, all glowing in cool tones that shift from powder to sapphire as the sun moves. At sunrise, the lanes feel like rivers of light. At dusk, lanterns turn the blue to deep indigo, and cats slip like shadows along painted steps. Every doorway could be a postcard. Every corner looks staged, except it isn't. Why blue? No one fully agrees. Religion, tradition, even a theory about repelling mosquitoes. But the effect is pure magic, and the city feels like a calm dream you can walk through. 3. Singapore, the city from another planet. Singapore isn't futuristic, it's post-futuristic. Skyscrapers wrapped in vertical forests, driverless taxis humming beneath sky bridges, robot bartenders sliding drinks under living walls of orchids. Changi's jewel dome rains a waterfall through a forest inside an airport. Rooftop gardens float above the skyline. The city breathes, literally, with plants woven into glass and steel. Night falls, and the super trees glow to music, a neon canopy pulsing like a heartbeat from another world. It feels less like the future and more like an alternate timeline where nature and tech made a truce and built a capital together. 4. Venice, Italy, the floating city. Venice is impossible. A 1,300-year-old city floating on more than 100 small islands connected by canals instead of roads. Palaces rise straight from the water. Doorways open onto floating stairways. Morning light turns the Grand Canal to liquid marble. No cars, no roads, only boats, bridges, and centuries of footsteps polishing stone to a soft shine. Getting lost is mandatory. One turn reveals a secret courtyard, another a tiny bridge over a canal the width of a hallway. Travelers say the same thing. Nothing prepares you for what it actually looks like. 5. Dubai, UAE, the city that shouldn't exist. Dubai is the world's biggest, there's no way that's real moment. A desert transformed into a super skyline. Palm-shaped islands fanning into a turquoise sea. Underwater hotel suites with fish drifting past your window. A museum shaped like a silver ring of calligraphy. Metro lines threading through towers like sci-fi rails. Burj Khalifa pierces cloud lines like a needle through sky. The palm looks photoshopped from above. Night paints the city in neon geometry. Dubai doesn't just feel unreal, it feels like humanity hacked the rules of reality and pressed fast forward. 6. Ilulissat, Greenland, the iceberg capital. A city where massive drifting icebergs float past your window like moving cathedrals. Colorful wooden houses cling to rock above a fjord that never stops shifting. The ice groans, cracks, and glows electric blue under midnight sun. Here, nature is the architect, and the skyline changes with the tide. On quiet days you hear a glacier breathe. On windy nights, the ice field shatters like a choir of glass. Travelers say it feels like living on a different planet, one carved by ice and lit by Arctic fire. 7. Kyoto, Japan, the timeless city. Kyoto doesn't look modern, it looks eternal. Stone lanes, wooden tea houses, and vermilion torii gates rippling into infinity. Bamboo forests sway, with a sound like rain. Temple gardens turn moss and gravel into poetry. Even the air seems slower. Incense, cedar, and the distant ring of a bell. Walk at dawn and you'll meet caretakers sweeping temple steps older than entire nations. Kyoto isn't flashy, it's unreal in a quieter register. A living time machine, perfectly preserved. 8. Guanajuato, Mexico, the Rainbow City. Imagine a valley overflowing with color, thousands of painted houses, stacked like confetti across steep hillsides, pink, blue, yellow, green, sunlit facades cascading into plazas where music spills from balconies. There are tunnels beneath the city, alleys barely wider than your shoulders, stairways that twist into pocket-sized courtyards, murals burst across retaining walls, markets glow with flowers and fruit. At night, the whole valley glitters like a bowl of stars. Guanajuato feels chaotic, artistic, and gloriously alive, like walking through a painter's favorite dream. 9 Queenstown, New Zealand, the cinematic city. Queenstown sits in a natural amphitheater of Dreama. The Remarkables slice the horizon in serrated lines. Lake Wakatipu lies like polished glass. Clouds roll like curtains across snowy peaks, and every road climbs to a view that resets your idea of scale. It's so symmetrical, so cleanly composed, it feels storyboarded. A city built inside a movie where the set designer was the planet itself. Travelers say, your brain can't believe this place exists. And then it does, and you never forget it. 10 Petra, Jordan, the lost city carved in stone. An ancient city sculpted directly into rose-red cliffs. Temples, tombs, facades, all carved by hand thousands of years ago. You enter through the Seek, a narrow canyon wound with shadows and light, and then the treasury appears, framed by rock like a curtain parting on a myth. Touch the stone and it's warm from the sun. Speak and the walls whisper back. Hollywood didn't build a set for Indiana Jones. They filmed the real thing because nothing else looks like it. Petra doesn't just look ancient. It feels inevitable, as if the mountain decided to become a city. These cities look unreal for different reasons. Some because of nature, some because of history, others because humans decided to build the impossible. But they all have the same effect on travelers. When you finally stand there, your first thought is always, how is this place even real? Which city surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments, and let's explore more unbelievable places next time.